Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to your 10 minutes afternoon news with me, Naomi. So, first up today, we will talk about how BBC News is experimenting with Instagram stories. For the past 2 years, the social media team at BBC News has been experimenting with video content on Instagram, and it was producing at 15 seconds videos named #BBC Shorts, and in a bid to engage younger on-the-go audience with the news of the day. Mark Frankel, as the social media editor at BBC News, explained that since the social media platform launched Instagram Stories in August 2016, a feature that allows users to publish a stream of videos and photos that disappear after 24 hours. The BBC has been able to try and draw in followers in a new way. He said that it would be interesting to try an experiment with a different kind of storytelling, breaking down the component parts of story into a number of short video or series of animated stills. So, their followers would experience the story as it unfolds. There is a young, vibrant audience for BBC that doesn't necessarily come directly to their website, television channels, or radio stations to consume news stories. So, they need to find ways to capture youngers' imagination, paying them in and encourage them to explore more. Alongside graphic designer from the BBC, the social media team has been sporadically pushing out the variety of animated visual formats on Instagram stories to tell the news in more interactive ways, and give alternative angles on stories that could spark interest in a wider issue. Frankel said that one of their most successful Instagram stories focused on Muslim America after the US election, which was essentially a series of Muslim voices stating what Trump's America would mean to them, interlaced with a clip of President-elect speaking. It was powerfully presented because they used quotes and strong image of American Muslims, which held together really nicely. They got fabulous viewing statistic, about 100,000 views on the first 15 seconds, and then a great retention rate all the way through the last clip. Until recently, users of Instagram were unable to add any form of hyperlink to their posts, but the platform now gives publishers the ability to direct audience out of the social media app to their own content. Before, it was just all about brand identity on the platform, but now there is a referral opportunity for them. They choose to add hyperlink to frame within their Instagram stories, which encourage people on the platform to go to BBC website. It's all about experimenting with different ways of helping people experience BBC journalism on another platform, which is also shareable its own right. Frankel explained that the publisher would like to publish more than one Instagram stories a week, but they are still figuring out how best to use the feature with the resource and the stuff the BBC has. They are scaling it up slowly as we continue to innovate and experiment and see what works. Now, every news story is necessarily suitable to be presented on Instagram stories. They must be able to be told quickly and have strong visual elements in order to retain audience engagement. If there isn't clear visual narrative, it probably isn't worth the effort. They are going for more polished product on Instagram than we do with, say, Snapchat, for example. I think Snapchat is more playful format where raw footage is appealing to audience. But with Instagram, people are looking for something that is little more produced, where the visual looks really arresting. There is a lot of sharp content on the platform, so your material has to shine through in order to make an impact. Now, we turn into the hot news. The hot news is go to Hong Kong. Hong Kong protesters make online game their new home during pandemic. Hong Kong show-driven anti-government protesters, which at their peak brought more than 1 million people out onto the streets and have largely subsisted since January due to the outbreak of COVID-19. School and university, which became hubs for the protest movement, are suspended, while the disease control prohibition on group gathering issue March 28 limits gathering in public place to no more than 4 people. Since then, young people have been taking to their screens rather than to the streets and filling their free time with online video games. One online game, Animal Crossing, has stood out during pandemic as Hong Kong protesters have made use the game platform to air their political views and keep the spirit of the protester alive. The social simulation was released for Nintendo Switch on March 20, 2020. Animal Crossing allows gamers to escape to a desert island where they can freely build a house and garden using resources on the island. Moreover, gamers are able to host events and open their island to app visitors. The game app also enables voice communication among gamers. At the end of the last month, a number of gamers gathered on the platform to create a visual concert where they sang a protest anthem, that is, Glory to Hong Kong. Joshua Wong, as the prominent pro-democracy activist, declared the game a new phase in the protest, which survived repeated crackdowns only to be brought to halt by measures to combat COVID-19. Shortly after Joshua Wong's tweets on April 10th, Animal Crossing was removed from online stores across China. Mainland censors are widely believed to be behind the removal, and mainland gamers have blamed Wong for the ban. The incident has attracted the international press attention. Never one to pass on the opportunity to further the cause, Wong has been offering journalist tours around the various protest sites in the game. He believed the online platform that became a new arena to raise public awareness about Beijing political encouragement in Hong Kong. Over a year since the beginning of mass protests, spread by a protest bill on the extradition to China, many Hong Kongers are acting to get back to the real thing. However, on April 18, taking the advantage of diminished protest potential, Hong Kong police arrest 15 opposition leaders on suspicion of organizing and participating in authorized assemblies against the Hong Kong government proposal to attempt to amend the extradition law between August and October 2019. The arrests have triggered small protests in major shopping districts over the past 2 weeks. Police have charged the protesters citing the prohibition on group gathering, which the city marking 14 consecutive days of zero locally transmitted COVID-19 infections. It is anticipated mass protests will start up again in June, when disease control measures are set to be lifted. This news also closes our meeting today. Thank you and God bless you. See you later. Bye.